Dear Soap Diary, I too have been victimized by Allison Bailey. I am genuinely scared. After watching that episode, I was like, when she was talking about Chelsea's followers and her metrics and her notifications, it just shows that, like, oh my gosh, she's really unhinged. And no matter what, it's like everything that was done could still go in a way that would make her feel like she was validated or make her feel like she was right for what she did. And I'm just like, oh my God, there is no getting through to her. This is insane. Like, wow. This is next level. This is just, woo. This is taking it to the top. This is taking it everywhere, child. That girl was really crazy. Talking about on October 22nd, 2022, Chelsea posted a picture of herself in a white sweater. Said it felt like a cashmere cloud. On May 4th, 2021, she posted, "Don't stop following your dreams," or whatever it is that she was saying she posted. I was like, it had 38,432 likes. Just like, even looking at her picture is scary. I told y'all about them eyes. When I used to have my reels up, I told y'all about those eyes. And if you hear like the sound in the background, it's because I have my phone propped up on my computer. So you're hearing like my computer fan. I was supposed to get y'all this video a lot earlier, but people called. You know how that can be. It's not like people have my number. Well, actually I do, but that's beside the point. It's just that sometimes people call when you kind of in the middle of something. Anyways, wow. Today's episode was actually kind of good. Like, at the same time, it gave what the hell did I just watch? Because Leslie and her daughter, even stupid Tomas had to be like, what's going on here right now? What is going on? It was intense. Oh my gosh. Like, what's the girl's name? Eva really expected Tomas to go against his boss, all because she told him he's like that in the courtroom and he got the judges shook. I think that these writers need to go back to writing school because these lines sometimes sound unbelievable. Like, what are you even saying? They sound very social media, very cliche. It's giving 50-year-olds that got on Twitter to see what the new lingo was and decided to incorporate it into the script. And the actors don't even make it sound, natural. I hate to say it, I hope I don't sound ridiculous, but Beyond the Gates needs to move to LA so they can get some quality actors, because what we're dealing with right now, all the Tyler Perry rejects, all the Tyler Perry studio regulars, we can't do it anymore. We can't do it. I'm so sorry to say it. It's late, so, that's why I look a little tired, but I'm so sorry to say it, but we cannot continue to go on with Tyler Perry studio rejects. We can't. We can't. So Eva makes Tomas offering leave his job to become their family fixer. She to help her and her mama live the life of their dreams, even if that means going against his boss Bill. Now, why would he want to do something like that? Are you stupid? And coming up, and then they're having this conversation. They're getting in each other's face. They're getting close. And at this point, at this point, I am just ready for these two to ride off into the sunset together, and I never see them again. Like, these two are soulmates. They need to be together. Two corny individuals. And when Kat, she sounds so dumb. He was like, "You're defending your mom?" That's weird. You never did that before. And even when Kat stumbles upon them and talking, when Kat tells her like she's like, oh, she's ready to. Oh, we're talking about books. You know how we do. Which book are you guys talking about? Since you're such a scholar, I love Kat. Here she go. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and saw my son. What she say? What did she say? Yeah, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and then she was like, I'm ready to make some investment. She was like, yes, I know you're tired of those thrifted fits. And so are we. Just for when she when she stood up, it was one of her worst fits, one of her worst thrifted fits that she actually had on. And I was like, yikes. So I was like, wow, okay, that was terrible. Um, her fit was trash. And she was smiling up in Tomas's face and just being an overall annoying little twit. And it's too much. Everything is too much, y'all. It's just too much. And Leslie decided to make an offer again to the Jarvises, and she wanted Vanessa to do it, but she kept being rude, and she kept calling her Barbie, and she kept like, and then she even tried to insinuate that she was racially discriminated against. So she's like, racially discriminated against you? This is a predominantly black neighborhood. Like, how would I be racially discriminated against you? And she's like, maybe I'm not the right kind of black to be here, Bobby. Well, yeah, you're not, because you're a ghetto rat. You're a hood rat. Of course, you're not the right person to be there. It doesn't matter what neighborhood it is. You're a hood rat, and you're an evil sociopath as well. So, I mean, at least an evil psychopath. So there's that too. Who would want to live in the same neighborhood as you? Then they're talking about some yeah, she's trying to get her to live anywhere else but Fairmont Crescent. She really used that. Remember, you guys, I've been telling you that they have some weird dynamic going on with Leslie right now, where it's like she's supposed to play the dark skinned big bad that's going against all the light skinned innocent women, and it's playing into a weird dynamic that I don't like. The creator of the show is light skinned and very light skinned, and her whole family is, well, at least her parents. And I don't know who's writing this or who's approving this, but it's playing into a really weird dynamic that paints darker skinned women as predators and lighter skinned women as their victims. And then, and I'm not just talking about this, I'm talking about how this weird dynamic between Leslie and Leslie and Nicole, which I've been thinking about and I've mentioned in previous videos, multiple videos. There's this weird dynamic where it's like the dark skinned girl, the darker girl is coming after the lighter girl and seems jealous of her and is like bullying her, which is like, remember what I said in the other video, what used to happen in the past, and it wasn't about bullying and jealousy. It was about the fact that anti-blackness is worldwide, and that darker skinned black people will be treated worse, and the lighter skinned ones would be more like accepted and treated well. So there was some anger and resentment there. And there's always been the narrative that like, oh, darker skinned girls are mean, mad, bitter, jealous, or whatever, or at least at times there's a narrative, and they're jealous of lighter skinned girls, and lighter skinned girls are their victims, that type of way. And I don't like it, because I feel like that dynamic is being presented in front of the audience, even if it may not be intentional. It may not even be what's going on to most people, but it just feels weird. The dynamic is just very weird, because Leslie has a lot of like unnecessary hatred towards them, and it's unprovoked. Like, they didn't do anything to her. It's really weird, and it's getting to the point where it's too much, because what did they do? Nicole took her man and everything, and she was comparing herself to 90210 and saying like Nicole was Rich Kelly and she was Brenda from the streets that was the underdog and abandoned. It didn't give that, because Kelly did what she did. knowing that Brenda and Dylan were together, and Leslie did what she did, knowing that Ted and Nicole were together. And just for Eva to sit at that table and try to defend her and say like she's still that scared little girl, she's still that scared young woman that was thought her future was with Ted, who thought she could ruin somebody else's marriage and get away with it, who thought she could be a side chick and actually benefit from that. So basically, she was an idiot. And they're like, who they said was giving pick? Oh, Chelsea girlfriend was like Madison giving pick me vibes, but Les is giving pick me vibes, and I don't like it. Ted is a clueless idiot because he goes to Nicole with flowers. He starts spraying Febreze in the house, I guess. And he almost has her, but he's like, did you tell them yet? And she's like, no, I didn't get a chance to because there's a lot going on. Like, what do you want, the credit for it or something? And he even goes, and she's like, I have things to do. I need to get out of here. He even goes as far as to go to the Dupree's house in the afternoon to let them know. And that just makes her even more mad. Because, like, why did you come over here and say anything when I told you I just didn't get a chance to say anything because it's a lot going on and you want to make this about you. You want this to make this a moment where you get your applause and your claps and they give you your tens and say, clock, he ate Leslie up. But it's like, it's not about that. You're trying to, you as well as Leslie and her daughter, trying to make this question about you when it's not. Excuse me. Talking about you went over there to see Chelsea, you went and she's your niece, blah blah. You don't care about those people. At least Bill consistently shows that he cares about Nicole's kids, which is crazy. Speaking of Bill, he was hugged up with Danny on the stairs. And no, I do not think that Danny is falling for Bill again. I think that she's just in a vulnerable moment. So Naomi, and so like they're sitting on the steps, child, talking about everything, and here go Danny sitting like this. He's gonna sit there and turn her back so she go be held by her man. Here you go, hugging her right up, talking about, oh sorry y'all. And then Naomi's like, what is going on with you and my mother? And he's like, oh, I appreciate you being supportive and caring about your mother, protecting your mother. Nothing's going on. I'm married to another woman. Okay, and you were married to another woman when you got with Haley. Marriage don't mean anything to you. Marriage means nothing to you. You still move around like you single when you married, so who could trust that? So after arriving, okay, so Chelsea comes home and she gets spooked just knowing that all her family's gonna be there because she just want to relive this trauma, and she doesn't want to be around those people because she just keeps thinking about evil Allison. So, um, when Nicole gets there, she said they all need to let Chelsea dictate how they move forward and stop, like, trying to tell her, like, oh, Chelsea, we'll do this, we'll do that. Like, let her speak for herself because let her know that she has a voice. She's not alone, but also her voice matters and she has some control over her healing process and how she goes forward. So if she needs space, they need to give it to her, the entire family. They all process the situation when Naomi surprises her parents sharing a close moment again. Even Vernon was like, hold fast. Naomi warns her dad that he'd best not be toying with Danny's emotions. He insists he's not, but it sure feels like he's trying to have his cake and eat it too, and using the Chelsea situation to get back good with his ex and her family. Child, everybody loves the Duprees and want to get back in good with them. That's all I know. So Leslie is still pressed, stressed, and depressed about what happened with her and Ted last night, and she's still trying to force her way into the Jarvis's home. She even manages to decide that she's going to double her offer. With what money? Because what if Anita stops giving you the money? Like, what if what if she stops her investments? I don't know. So, yeah, so she's like, I will double my offer and I will have you cited for discrimination. And she both agrees, like, yeah, I don't want you in the Dupree's house. I mean, the Dupree's neighborhood, and you also want to be in their neighborhood to spite them because you're evil and it makes no sense. But also, you want to use me to do it so that you can rub it in their face, like that you're up here, that I'm helping you get a house or whatever. And she's like, I'm not quitting. She's like, you haven't fired me. She's like, I see you're not quitting yet. She's like, yeah, because she wants to keep her enemies close. So they both realize they're enemies and want to keep each other close. I hope Vanessa doesn't even tell the Jarvises about the new offer. I just ignores it because the Jarvises are upset about her, rescinding the offer and changing her mind, and they feel insulted and disrespected, and their lawyers over it. So they have that. So final scenes: Chelsea goes to see Madison. Madison. Chelsea hangs out with Madison, but she goes to see Allison to make sure that she actually is in custody. And then Allison was posing for her mug shots and like it's a photo shoot, like she's creating content, like she's really a model out here. You're not Chelsea. So Chelsea storms into the station to confront her, and she's like, "You're my wife. I love you. Madison, you're nothing. You're nothing but a pick me distraction. You're only around because she was trying to make me jealous." So, yeah, it was a lot. And the family had a lot to think about as far as her being on social media and putting herself out there, her healing going forward. She had the sweatpants on, the slick back bun, and no makeup, which I think was a good idea to show her very bare after what happened. There's scars on her, and I think that's good consistency to show like she was not just emotionally scarred but physically scarred as well too. She has marks on her. Allison has marks on her neck because of course she got choked the heck out. Um Jacob was mad at her, talking in his deep voice, "Lord help me." Jacob be saying his lines like he just saying them. There's no emotion behind him. "Lord help me," not even "Lord help me." Lord help me, please. Like, just they need to go back to the drawing board and get some actors from LA. I'm so sorry, but these Timu actors, Tyler Perry studio actors. What else? Yeah, I was very sick of Leslie. I was very sick of her daughter. Her daughter was very much in full effect of being Leslie's daughter today. Like, she was doing her bidding. She was ready to tell her all she was doing was right. It was giving two dumb bees telling each other exactly. And Tomas and Ava at the table was the exact same. Two dumb itches telling each other exactly. Uh, Leslie, Eva was just ready to do all of Leslie's bidding. She's like, "I'm ready, mama. I'm ready, mama, to do everything for you, mama. And everything you ask me to. Yeah." And it was disgusting. It didn't read well on screen. And the girl who plays Vanessa is only like 37 years old, and then you got Leslie who's like 57. So the age difference was glaring at the table today. It just doesn't give, like, it gives, "Stop being bitter, old lady, like you're too old for this." So yeah, that was my, I guess, reaction to the episode. Ted is an idiot. Chelsea's healing, but it's gonna be a long road. I hope to see more of her recovery. That's a big storyline because a lot of this has never been done before. A black woman kidnapped by a black woman, like, that wants to be with her. Never been done before. Uh Nicole's like, her family had other things to deal with than talk about what's going on with him and Leslie, and then how this is not gonna give him that much brownie points, like, get out of here. And then you have Eva just sitting at the table just being an idiot. So, and a pick me, and we're sick of it. Just put her with Tomas and take him off canvas. Just send them away with a recast, or just don't bring them back. Anyways, y'all. With that being said, good night. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Sincerely, Soap Diary.